working with Dr. Lalitha on this book, Grail, Take Your Life Right with Purpose. And I do conduct classes for children who wish to go abroad. And I love working with students and teenagers because I have noticed by working with students for past more than 17 years now I've seen the shift that children are getting lost somewhere in their life. There is lack of communication between parents and children, and I deliberately chose this communication as a topic so that I want to reach out to people and tell them how important communication is today for having an effective delivery in every part of your life.
Yes, I know, Tushar, how passionate you are, working with kids and especially teenagers. You are already working in Titans. But before than that, how can we forget that connects us really close to heart? Yes, that is Grail. So, what is the value of Grail in your life?
Uh, what do I say? I mean, if I say it has an immense value, it has tremendous value. I would actually undermine the value of Grail in my life, and I do believe, and I'm 200% sure that by reading the stories, the readers would find a connect with the stories, and I truly believe that people who are reading the stories, they would, in the process of reading the book, they would actually connect with what's happening in their life, and then they would reach to their purpose of life. Because most of the people, when I say find your purpose, this is purpose, and they get lost. What is this new concept? Purpose, is this goal, is the same, is this blah blah blah? So they don't find the connect what this purpose thing is. So once you start reading the book, so there are a lot of story, like 42 authors have come on one platform to share their stories in one book. And this has come for the first time that an anthology of purpose has been written by authors, international coaches and speakers from four continents of the world. This is happening for the first time. It's not a small thing, and everybody has come up with their beautiful stories, how they built up their purpose in the journey of their life.
Yes, that's truly. I mean, like four continents and all together, guys, understand the value of the book and the insight this book can give you. So must go ahead, pre-book your copy of this book, and the link is given in the comment box. So Tushar, now let's move to our main segment. Let's discuss the topic for the evening today, which is really your favorite and very close to my heart as well, as you know. So on we are empowering the parents, and first thing as a human being that we do is the communication with the child. And communication is not only verbal communication. The communication begins when the child come in the womb of the mother, and she start touching and feeling and talking internal with the words within her heart. So from there the communication begins. So the guys, Tushar is saying that communication is powerful parenting tool. So what do you mean by, Tushar, what you want to convey to the parents?
Yeah, Dr. Lalita, I mean, I want to repeat what you said, that connection is not built once the child comes out. Connection is already built in the womb in the form of fetus. So see the magic, see the beauty of this process, that a child gets connected with the mother in the womb. So you must understand, everyone must understand the power of connection and vibes, right? So this is the power of motherhood. So she is already connected with the child even when the child has not come out in the form of physical form, right? Out of the womb. And communication. So communication is, I won't say it's a powerful tool. I won't say it's a must thing. I would say it's vital. It's like we were conducting session in the MRM Mental Resilience Mastermind Titan Teenagers Program, and I was delivering one session, and David Nair, our mentors and one of the co-authors of the group and founder of Mental Resilience Mastermind Program, he said, so this is these are the words quoted, uh, which has come from David, and super like it, that communication is like a blood to your life. It's not just important, it's like blood to your life. And you must understand, I am telling for everyone, be it a parent, be it a child, be it a teacher, student, employer, employee, right? A husband, wife, anyone. If there is no communication, there is no life, there is nothing in the relationship, be it in the professional or personal life. So it's a vital thing. Try to build up, no, do not try, just build up communication effectively with your partner, with your seniors, with your juniors, with your friends, with your children, anywhere you go, with your colleague, because it's, again, as I said, it's vital, right? And this I am not quoting because I've heard it from somewhere. I've actually experienced it in my journey of teaching students. And I am noticing nowadays, it's a recent thing, I think, because this has come after the impact of this technological revolution, access of mobile and gadgets to children, and parents being busy in their work sphere. So there is lack of communication. One reason is parents are working, so they don't have time. That's okay. We do understand, but there are ways to have a connect with the student. And second, since parents are not available, so children are already busy with their gadgets, and they absorb lot of content from the gadgets, and which obviously is not that useful if the child goes unnoticed or unmonitored. So there is a great need to build up communication. If since our topic is about parenthood, so there is a great need to build up a communication between a parent and child.
Yes. So what do you think, like what do you feel like, what is missing, or what are the mistakes parents are committing, or what the parents can do just to have this, good communication, or to build up the communication among them and the kids?
If I talk about teenager, I'm not talking about the young children. I'm talking about the teenagers. I have noticed, and this I'm talking from my personal experience, because a lot of candidates who come to me for IELTS coaching, they do share that they're not able to build up a great connect with the parents. Reason being, parents want them. They have certain expectation from their children, right? And they want their children to go in a certain way, to follow a certain occupation or profession, and they don't have faith in the caliber and abilities of a child. If a child says something or even shares something that doesn't connect with the parent, or that they feel, because of their experiences, they had felt that it's beyond the reach, they deliver the same thinking to their child. You can't do this, it's unachievable, it's unimaginable, you're just talking stupid and nonsense, you can't do this, this doesn't happen, don't do. So because parent doesn't give the wings to a child, next time the child doesn't feel comfortable going to the parent, because once he approached parents, the parents just negated the child, and they cut the wings, you can't do. And they just didn't empower the child and gave all ears to listen to their children. That's the first mistake that parents are committing these days. I repeat, parents, if you're listening to me, please be available for your children and have faith in their caliber and abilities. They can do wonders if you support them and if you truly believe in their abilities.
Like, very right. Yesterday me and Nadeem were discussing the same. Like, obviously we are from the days, the earlier parenting. So we were discussing the same. Like, he has heard from his mother or his grandmother, like, saying, what will you do if you will play, nothing is going to happen, how will you run your, life, how it will work. So that's something, they are taking your belief back. And because of that only, some of them, maybe due to their hard work, their spirit, or maybe destiny, whatever you want to call, they are able to come out of that negativity and reach. But every child is not alike. Like, many of them are being crushed, many of them are being, compressed by the parents, their feelings, their expressions, their strengths, as you are rightly mentioning. Like, it's really, I mean, important in this particular period of time for parents to understand their child and give freedom and wings to their feelings and thoughts, and having faith on them, having, a trust on their abilities. Like,
True.
my mastermind itself is geniusology, and that says each child is genius, and unfold the genius in your child. So just trust them and give wings to them.
Yes, it's so true. Like, A child is like a white paper, blank sheet, right? So he or she gets the impressions from the world, and the major impact comes from the parents when a child is young. If a child is being negated by a parent, his own parent, he or she really feel unempowered. He feels or he lacks the strength to get up. So parents must focus on the words they communicate and how they communicate what they want to communicate. So your what you want to communicate is important, but at the same time, your how is also important when you deliver or when you say or when you share, when you want to talk. If I say, like, let's say, for example, I won't say, um, I like you, Dr. Lalita. So I say, I like you, Dr. Lalita. And then I say, I like you, Dr. Lalita. So you know that second one, I like you, Dr. Lalita, was just a fake statement that has
Just a
come from
fake
me.
statement. True, true,
Just that
true.
was the first thing. When I feel and I built up connect, and when it comes from the heart, it is connected. It goes into. And a child, young child, absorbs a lot of things subconsciously from the environment that he or she is growing up, even when you don't say, even when you don't say anything. Like, it's a common saying, action speaks louder than words. So if you ask your child to be disciplined, to do this, get up early in the morning and brush your teeth, and if you're not doing it yourself first, forget it. Your child is not going to do that. I mean, there are obviously a major percentage you will find they will not do it. There are students who get coached or mentored by their mentors or seniors, and they follow it even if the parent is not disciplined, but that's the percentage is too low there. So if you want to make your child disciplined and be committed towards a cause or towards following a discipline in life, make sure whatever you do, whatever engagements you have, you are first disciplined, you are committed towards those challenges or those tasks. Let's say if you say something to your child or you commit something to your child, stick to that. I'm not asking to do 10, 8, 9, 10 things for a child, but if you tell them to do one or two things, just commit two things and do that. Don't commit 8, 9, 10 things. Commit one or two things and keep that promise and do that. And that goes right into the child. My mother or father has said so, and he or she has done that. And I've also learned it through the process. Like earlier, when my children were too young, I used to say, I will do that, I'll do that, I'll do that. And then the statement started coming from my child, आपने करना तो है नहीं, आप ये करोगे तो हो नहीं. Then I realized, yeah, that's right. I mean, most of the time, I used to tell them to do so many things. I'll plan this, I'll do that, I'll do that. 10 of the things I would do, and I'll just cup it. I'll be able to do or finish or keep the promise for two things. Obviously, what impression am I giving to my child? Similarly, I mean, commit two things, yeah, and do that. That's okay. Perfect. Good to go with your child. Baby steps. Baby steps is the key. You don't have to make big goals for your parenting. Just do small things every day. And you have a golden opportunity. You're there with your child, like not for 24 into 7 since you're working. And if it's a homemaker or housewife or mother at home, super. I think it's not about being a working woman or a homemaker. It's about being a mother. That's okay. Even working women, they're doing wonderful job. The mothers at home, they're doing super job. So just take care, build up that communication. It's no point being at home and just spending your whole day watching reels or watching cooking videos or just talking with your mom or mom-in-laws or doing such things or with your friends. There's no point. So that doesn't serve a purpose of being mother at home. I mean, you're equivalent to a working woman who is not physically present, but she's connected with the child, she's taking care, and she's whenever she's available, whenever she returns home, she's there with the child, listening, all ears, not just physically there but actually, like you said in Nisha's session, like make an eye contact. That's really very important when you're talking to your child. Do not use mobile or talk with them while you are just scrolling the screen and you're watching reels and sending messages or doing your even official things. Don't do that. If you don't have time, if you're really seriously busy, tell your child, I'll connect with you, I'll be back after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and be available.
Right.
That is the right way. Do not just like listening unattentively or not bothering what he or she is saying. I mean, that leaves a bad impact, and a child would feel reluctant to come to you to next time to share something. And uh, uh, and please parents, this may be very important, because if you are developing this attitude when the child needs you the most, he or she will not come to you, and there are chances he would get trapped in the wrong hands. So build up your communication right now, so that he or she doesn't feel an urge to go outside your home or outside your space to share some things, or to share any challenge. It can be any abuse that he or she is going through, which he or she is not able to talk to you, because you scold them, you negate them, you don't listen to them. Do not do this mistake.
So true, Tushar. Like it's really valid. Every parent is complaining my child is not listening to me. Many parents are complaining like my child is stubborn. Many of them, and they don't communicate. And when something happens, they say, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Oh, come on. They
Hmm.
don't have that vocabulary. They don't have that language to convey. Have you built up that communication? Like what I
True.
do with my son today, when I usually do it when I was going today to drop him for his tennis class. He plays tennis. So I just usually bring it into communication. Are you happy in the school? Are you happy here? Are you happy there? Is there anyone like is touching like it's about good touch and bad touch. I keep on talking to them. What parents are doing, once they get motivated somewhere, they come back and they talk and then they forget about it for the years and years. But I make it a point that I need to communicate about it. Now I tell him, even if you feel angry about on me, you just share it with me. Even if you feel not doing something, maybe you are forced or your routine is like that. Even if you have to do something and you are not happy about it, must share it, so that we know we are on a same pace. Same is the case when you are communicating with your child. You need to be eye contact, your mental contact, your everything with the child, so that you are at a same pace, you understand each other's language. I have learned it with my son only, to be very frank. Like every day when I'm doing, I am in a position now, he's 6 years old, I can share anything with him, and he shares
Hmm.
each and everything with me. I don't feel why should I share office problem with him. And even he understand, if I say no, I can't tell you the name of that particular person because you are maybe studying in the same school, but I share everything with him. Or this is
True.
something has happened with someone, but can't tell you the name. Someone has done this to me. Can you what do you think, what should I do? I have that kind of communication. He feels important. He feels my mother is trusting me. So that
Hmm.
bond becomes stronger and stronger every day. I'm not spending, to be very honest, these days, for past few months, I'm not at all spending much time with him. But we have such a communication connection that more than my words, he understands the language of my face. If sometime I say don't do it, he know mama is not saying a no. And if I say Advait, what I said, no. That means when I look at him, he reads my face and he understands what I want from him. So that
Right.
kind of communication is really necessary to build up, at least. Because as you rightly said, Tushar, that otherwise they will look for validation or suggestions outside, and you never know what are they going to get. And they will not share where they're trapped, or they are into something, they're stuck somewhere. They will hide their emotions from you if you don't have that connection with them.
True. Very true. And also, I would like to add one thing. Like most of the women, they do say that we are working and we don't have time. This is your problem. This is not your child problem. Your child didn't ask you to go or choose a profession and work outside. So when you decided to be a mother, or when you decided to give birth to a baby, you didn't ask your child. You have taken the entire responsibility all by yourself. So
And also,
be
Tushar,
truthful.
Tushar, what I feel now, in at this particular point, I feel parents, because I did it in the initial stages of my parenthood, that I overburden myself being a parent. I want to give everything best. I want to give, this. I want to give that. I have scheduled off my life. This not my life anymore. Or there was a regret in my heart. I'm working. I'm not able to give time to my child. As you said, you rightly said, don't keep any regret. Just be natural. You have less time. I speak to my child, Advait, I don't have much time, but let's do this. We have this much time, so let's do this. It's not about the time of quantity. Your child is really, try and understand, they're not kids, their brain, they are next generation of ours. They are way ahead than us, they are advanced than us. Just try and trust them, just communicate with them. Tushar, a
Hmm.
working mother's child, if she communicate properly, understands very well. They don't like the mother who suffers and come back and shout and scream on them. They like a
Hmm.
mother who does a little less for them, involve them in the work, but remain happy and calm with them as and when she's there. So it's not
Hmm.
about, I mean, it's much about working or not working. It's about communication, and it's about having a family pace together. That communication of same level, coming on the same level. I I
Right.
I
Very,
struggled with it initially, but I could realize it, and then I am able to balance that in my life. To be very honest.
very true. Very true. Because I hear it from a lot of women and my friends also, and now I've started meeting parents also, and they say the same. Like, I am working. I am working. I mean, they get into a guilt mode. Your
Yes.
child didn't ask you to go out. You are stealing your child's time and going out, right? But justified. Justified. You're able to provide comfort and many more things to your child. So, sorry. So, build up a good communication with your child, even if you are available for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Make sure you are communicating. Your gadgets, your mobile is away, your laptop is away, your friends are away. Make your child feel special, make your child feel important whenever you are with your child. And when you return home, give a hug to your child and ask, how was the day, what did you do, what do you want to share. Rather giving him an opportunity to go to other people to share something, I think this is a must thing. Once you return home, look out for your child, sit with him or her, talk with them, and let them share. And when I'm saying let them share, listen attentively means keep your mouth closed. Listen. Just listen. In today's problem, why coaching industry is flourishing? Because people don't find people to share. That is the only reason. Even if you're sitting on bed in a room, husband doesn't talk to wife. When parents are sitting, parents don't talk to children. Friends are sitting on the mobile. At the bus stop, passengers are on the mobile. In the train, passengers are on the mobile. In the flight, passengers are on the mobile. So this is happening everywhere, and this is the only reason, because you're not able to communicate your feelings with the other people. Coaching industry is flourishing and is the right way now. That is why most of people go to coaches and mentors, because they're able to vent out, they're able to share, they're able to find out the solutions to their problem, because there is one person who is being non-judgmental and is coming up with the powerful question to help you find solution which are already with you. And similarly, if mothers want to find a solution, just find it, go for it, you'll find an answer how to build up a communication. Give your time, whatever it is, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 1 hour, 2 hours. Build up the connection, and this should be undisturbed. I mean, there should be no distractions at all when you're communicating with your child. And when we were saying make an eye contact, I'm not just saying make an eye contact like you're standing and the young child is standing and you are just looking down. If your child is young, sit down, kneel down, and build up an eye contact, eye to eye level, right? That's very, very, very important. Yes.
Thank you so much, Tushar, for this wonderful, wonderful, I mean, segment. It's really going to help people. And I would like to end up this session with two things. One, Tushar, like you said about communication, when I just listen and listen. Because what happens when a child starts sharing something, parents start giving them the instructions and directions. You did this wrong, you did that wrong. Yes, you need to do that. I'm not saying you will not do that. but wait for the right time. Now the child is in a sharing mode, let him share whatever he wants. Don't disturb, don't say this is wrong, because after your this interruption, his second sentence will, the child will be conscious about whether I should share it or not. Once let the child share
True.
everything, and after a gap of something, you should go and talk to the child indirectly about that, bring that point into discussion, that that has happened and how it could be done in a better way. Don't interrupt when they are speaking. That is how
I,
one key rule to build up the communication. Yes, Tushar, please.
I would like to end up by adding one more important thing for parents and for children as well. So this is important. Listen them, build up communication. Good, great, right? But one thing more that you should add up is a night ritual. So when I'm saying night ritual, make sure when your child is going to hit the bed, you all of you offer a joint prayer. Sit with your child and offer a joint prayer and teach them to thank the universe for all they have in their life and all that is coming their way. Joint prayer, parents and children, before going to bed, hold your hands, or you can join your hand, hold your children's hand, sit and let them recite. Like I do this practice, I offer all the prayers, and my children has learned, they recite the mantras before going to bed, they know that, right? And we thank the universe and all the universal powers before going to bed for giving us so much in abundance and for all that is going to come in our life.
Wow, that's great. So, guys, with this, I would like to end up the session, and like I'll be back, joining you back in 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Tushar, for being here
Thank
and
you.
for giving this wonderful, parent talk. And definitely, definitely, it is going to make a difference for them.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much,
and
Dr.
bye bye.
Lalitha. Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.